Hey, what's up guys? Ian here. Today we are going to install the center console mount inside the truck. So come along with me and let's get this installed. Hey guys, just want to let you know that I recorded this and over the course of multiple days as parts became available, so it's going to be a little bit choppy. With that said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so I have just finished up Overland East. Got stuff everywhere in the truck as you can see, but we're going to go ahead and get this pulled out so that way you'll be able to install this in your own truck. So starters, get the light behind me here, but there's a little tab on the front of this. On the newer ones you might have, I guess you do have wireless charging on the newest one, but I don't have that, so there's probably an additional wire. Nothing too crazy here though, but either way, you've got a rubber pad you'll have to remove, and you need a Phillips screwdriver, and you have to take out both of these. They're on the left and right side in the front. For frame of reference, I'm not left-handed. Once you get both of these out, if I can get this one to come up out of here. Come on. This may be the most difficult, there we go, difficult part. All right, so you take those two bolts out, open up your center console a little bit. There's a little lip here you can put your fingers on, and you just pop it up. Actually, not the whole lip, sorry, just the edge. Lift. And it's a little violent, don't panic. It's designed to come off this way. And then you want to look at the bottom of it. I do have an idle stopper in my truck. I like it, nice product, works fine. So it's plugged in. Here, you need to unplug your shifter. I have to unplug my shifter. I don't know how this... The center console comes apart in almost the exact same manner in the 6-speed shift setup, but there might be a better video for that on YouTube somewhere of someone installing an idle stopper in 17 to 19 Ridgeline or older Pilot. But so that's all you need for here. Once you've taken it out, you just set it aside. And then this is the part where, so now you can see down in here how everything's mounted up. Here, this is how it will look when it's done. And I'm going to take this out now and get the stencil made for you guys so you can do your own install. Alright guys, so you will not already have these 1/4-inch holes in your center console, but you will get a copy of this guy when you order. So what we're going to do is you're just going to line up the arch. So basically this blue line, there you go. You'll line it up, and then once it's lined up, it's going to line up right with the seam of the plastic. And then you will mark these centers here, and then that's where you will drill. Seems pretty foolproof to me. If you guys don't like it, let me know in the instructions, and that'll help out the next round of guys. We'll change the video, but this is going to work out well. And it's a mirror image on the other side. As you can see, the fat ring washers that are clamping everything down to this part of the console. It does wiggle a little bit here, but when you snap the top back on it, it cleans it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get the panel bolted back on and show you guys what that looks like. Alright guys, so I can't re-drill the holes for you because I already have them in here from us doing some prototyping and test fitting, but so you're going to have your 2 1/4-inch holes drilled at this point, and then you'll bring your panel in, and the panel has the 2 holes cut for it already. So you'll drop your bolts in there, and then you will bring your spacers on top. Those will go on top, and then you literally are just going to bring it down beside the console and line it up, and then that'll go together like so. So now you have those sticking through And then we're going to use these big, giant, oversized washers, which is good. And thread start by just tightening the threads on these just a little bit. Now, I don't have actually I do have the right length bolts now. I ordered the correct hardware for these, and so we've got those in-house. I don't have them currently. They're not the ones I'm working with. These ones are just a touch short and can be tough to fight with. But they are a 1/4-20 with a flange nut, as you can see, and 1/4-20. The size is nearly and it's almost an 11 millimeter, but it works well enough that 11 millimeter is sufficient. As I sit here and freeze band tightening it down. But yeah, so that's really going to be it. So you'll snug it down, get those nice and tight. This is it's not a war on your truck. You don't have to get real crazy. You just want them to be tight so that way the panel doesn't move. There we go. Okay. We're going to cut here in the video and jump to when I got the production bridge pieces in and show you guys how to get those installed, and then we'll get the center console buttoned up. Hey guys, here we are with the bridge for the center console system that we've put together. This is going to be the production bridges that you guys are going to be getting, and I wanted to run you through just a real quick on how they assemble. This will still get the job done just like we want it to, but it is in 2 pieces, and what turns into some adjustability that we have built in. So in order to get everything to line up just right with the existing setup, you actually want to go into the second hole here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this built up. We're going to put the screws in here and get this assembled, and then we'll take it inside the truck and install it all the way. Okay, I've gotten my bolts assembled here, and we're inside the cabin of the truck. Now these arms are going to end up on the outside of the Molle panels here, and then we're going to put bolts through. And because I only have 2 hands, as I'm trying to hold this thing in the wrong way, actually, it goes on this way. Make sure that you have your drink cup holder cut out, situated in the right position for your drink holder when we get there. But either way, so I'm going to go ahead and get this installed. I only have 2 hands, so I can't hold the camera and do the install, but you will line this up and tighten it down. So I'll be right back with it installed. Okay, we're all tightened down here, and just figured I'd give you a show of what it looks like before we put the center console back in, because you do have to, in fact, tighten everything down before you put your center piece snap back in your shifter and everything. So yeah, but either way, this is kind of what it looks like from the side. Forgive me for moving the light around so much, but just trying to give you guys a good view of what you're going to be working with. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting everything installed so you can see the final product, and we will go from there. Alright guys, bringing the center console back together. First thing you're going to want to make sure you do is you're going to want to plug your shifter back in. If you have that, I'm going to have to find a link to a video to reference for people who don't have the classic mechanical style shifter. I'm going to have to find a video for that, but I will try and link one. So we got that, and then plug in the idle stopper, or plug back in your on-off button. There we go. So that's done. And then this is going to drop in. The front is going to go in first. So basically, you'll get your front kind of wedged up in there as such. And then once this is all lined up, you'll see this little seam here. Actually, that's my idle stopper cable in the wrong spot. So once you get all this lined up, you basically just push it back down. So you go, and you're in. And you're latched back down, you're all set. So you've got your panel here. Get this guy back up in here, and then got to drop your rubber mat back in there. So you just physically push it down, it will it'll pop and stay down. So there you go. That's going to be, you'll be all back together. Obviously, if you need to do the other side, you would do the other side in that time. So you can use the same stencil, works the same on either side, and you'll be able to get nice holes. You won't have to drill any other crazy holes inside the truck or anything like that. You just have just these two, but I feel like it gives a good secure mount. I've got my Midland radio over there, and it's been working really well. So all right, here we go. It's installed. It has it's actually quite stout, all things considered, in my opinion. It firms up nicely once you get everything snapped back in position. Keeps the plastics down, keep this nice and tight. You will hit this with your leg. It is inevitable based on where it is, but it is quite out of the way. It's way off to the side here, so you'll still be able to rest your leg on it with these rounded side of the carriage bolts. The whole point of that was just to provide you know, somewhere soft to lay your leg and not have the nut on the outside. It does make this tray a little bit harder to access. As you can see, we do have 2 more height settings, so if you were really pushing, you could get up above this or almost above this with the design window that we gave, just so that way for some reason you need this to be higher, you can make it higher. So that's a good feature. Something else, these are steel, so if you have anything magnetic, that works out really well, and you'll be able to mount whatever you need to it, so that's a bonus as well. This is going to be one of the first products that we are doing on a kind of quarterly basis at this moment in time. So if you guys have picked these up and you want to see something changed, or you're really interested in these products, we're going to open up order windows probably in a quarter. If you guys missed out on the last order window, you can currently go to the site, pick up a set of these, but they will, in that order, will be fulfilled with the batch that we're going to do in January.